Greetings, friends. It's a sunny Monday afternoon, April 2nd. We're down here by the Humber River. I haven't really explored this part of the river before, so I kind of just checking it out. And a lot of nature lovers like, walk their dogs along the path. Not exactly where I am, but where I am is kind of off the main path, and so I thought it'd be funny if there was like a dead body right there rotting, and because it's too early in the spring to be any flies, but if you just stumbled across a dead body like right here by the log, maybe it like floated up, someone got murdered, and then because this would be one place to dump a body. It wouldn't be a very good place because it's still kind of in the middle of the city. Or maybe if you take your dog down here and your dog runs off into this thicket over there, and you're like, what's in there, buddy? What's in there, Rover? And he brings back like a hat, and the hat stinks. So anyways, just thought I would share my thoughts with you on that, because don't you think about that too when you go walking by a river? Don't you ever think about dead bodies? Sometimes I might think about that. I think it's quite healthy to think about that. You should always think about a few fucked up things every week, not too many things. But anyways, hi. So I wanted to share my thoughts about getting angry. Now, it's healthy to an extent. You don't want to be too angry, because that will have an effect on your body, and that'll have an effect on your soul. And I am going to let you in on a little secret. I do sometimes have outbursts of anger, and it feels good as long as it's not too much and you let the energy pass out through your system. It's healthy to get angry to a certain degree. Again, you gotta have self-control, but if you're continually, because anger is a natural emotion when it's your reaction, it's your body's way of processing events in your life, processing what's going on. And we all know that there's a lot of bullshit in life. There's just bullshit that happens. So acknowledging that bullshit, expressing it, shouting out, and breaking something can be very cathartic. It can feel good. And the trick is, like, don't break something too valuable. Don't kill anyone. Don't injure anyone. You can hurt someone's feelings. If you feel bad about it, you can apologize later on. You can shout at pedestrians on the street. You can shout at motorists. I mean, there's the kind of anger which is like right in the moment where it wasn't building up, because it was just literally like some motorist does something really fucking stupid and you yell at them. And then there's the other kind of anger that's like, okay, it's been building up, you've been processing something, and then when I was younger, I had more of those outbursts. I still might have a few today, but I'm overall a pretty chill guy, because I am able to let this energy loose, right? And so you got to have that healthy, masculine, dangerous. I'm not saying I'm dangerous. I'm a skinny guy. I wouldn't want to get in a fight with anyone. But you got to be willing to get angry a little bit, and you'd be surprised at how many men are just afraid of getting angry, and they've completely suppressed that entire ability. So when I was younger, when I was 15 or 16, I used to watch the Toronto Raptors back in the day, around 2000, 2001, when they won their first playoff series against the New York Knicks. And around that time, watching them, it was too emotionally investing for an intense personality like me, and they would always let you down, because they weren't good in those days. They're good these days. I don't watch them anymore because it's too draining. But in those days, when I'm 16 years old, I'm really getting into basketball myself. At that time, I was playing a lot of basketball, and I'm bouncing the ball, watching them every night during their season, and I'm bouncing that ball as every quarter's going on. And when they let me down, which is frequent, I would throw the fucking basketball at the cabinet underneath my television and smash the cabinet door, and I eventually broke that cabinet, but it wasn't worth that much money. My parents probably knew I was doing it, whatever. I was in the basement being a teenager, whatever, so that's okay. But I too emotionally investing, so I stopped watching them. I don't care about that anymore. Also, when I was a teenager around that same age, I got into a fight with my mom. Not a fight, but I don't know what it was. I don't know what I was angry about, but she was just saying something to me, and then I left the house and I went into the garage, and then I took this metal bar. I don't know, it was like a few feet long, maybe 3 feet long, this metal bar. And there's all these cardboard boxes in the garage, a dozen cardboard boxes, and I just start smashing them. I smashed all these boxes. I was in there for 45 minutes to an hour, smashing all these boxes to shreds again and again. I didn't even remember what I was angry about anymore. It felt so good. It felt great. It was just a good feeling. Smashing all those boxes. I didn't hurt anyone. Case closed. Situation solved. And then fast forward a bit to these days. I still don't do anything too bad these days, but maybe when I was in Ghana in 2016, I was angry about something. I was just impatient about something. I don't remember what it was. Everything's cool in Ghana. I have a good relationship with my good friend there, but in the moment something was making me angry, and I was in my room and I took my cell phone and I just threw the cell phone at the wall with full force. It exploded completely. There were so many pieces of this cheap cell phone all over the place. It didn't cost that much money. It cost like $10. But it's my regular cell phone, but I smashed it. Not like a good cell phone like we have in North America. That would be dumber. But anyways, who cares? And then I think recently, the last thing I did is something was making me angry a few weeks ago. And I was in my office and I smashed my keyboard with my fist. I took my fist and I was like, fuck, and I just shouted out, fuck, so loud. And I don't think there was anyone else in the house. And if they heard me, that's cool. I don't care if they heard me. Fuck, yeah. And I smashed the keyboard really hard, and some of the buttons came off the keyboard. And the keyboard is one of those external keyboards because I use my laptop. And it has little fixtures to keep it upright a little bit at a 45-degree angle. So those snapped. Those are done. So now I prop a little book underneath the keyboard now to keep it at its good angle. So, anyways, yeah, just have that release every now. It's better to get angry and then sometimes go a little too far, rather than being a person who's just like completely internalizing all this stuff, is never going to express any of this stuff. They're just going to allow it to corrode their soul. It's better to be the former than to be the person who never acknowledges these feelings. Hasta luego, amigos.